You're watching America Trends. I'm Mary Burt-Godwin, and I cannot wait to introduce you to my next guest. From teacher to master brewer in his garage, I believe, to owner of Oceanside Ale Works, one of the first microbreweries out there, I believe. Mark Purciel of Oceanside Ale Works, and happens to be my cousin-in-law.
Cousin-in-law.
I don't know why I always have to say my cousin. I gotta say it with a weird accent. We always say my cousin. Anyway, a little nepotism going on because I just love you and I love what you're doing out there. And so I want to have you on the show and talk about the world of making money through beer.
Through beer, yeah. And thank you for having me on the show. This is really cool. Love your studio and everything like that.
Pretty cool place, right?
Yeah, definitely,
We're just down the road from you.
Yep.
Maybe we'll go, I always say this, but let's go on, let's take the show on the
Do
air.
a remote?
Do a remote show from OAW.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun.
Okay, so I want to just hear a little bit about you, tell the audience at home, because I know a little bit about you. I know that I was drinking some of your home brew in the 90s.
Way back in the day,
when I would go to your home with my cousin Karen and you. Oh, I should ask you what it's like to be married to Karen.
When you were like 7.
Thank you for, This was in the 90s
I've known
and I
you
was
since
7.
you were 7.
Yes, you have.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But I was of legal age and we would consume your beer at the house and it was really good.
Oh, thank you.
Got me maybe a little bit tipsy a few times.
But you weren't driving.
Was not driving. I would spend the night.
You're at home.
If I was going to cousin Mark's house, I was spending the night. That's for
Your
sure.
elder cousin, my wife, made sure you were all right.
She absolutely did.
Yeah.
And so, but I know you started doing some beer at home. So what even gave you that idea?
The science of it was always kind of neat. I always enjoyed it and things like that. And Karen got me one of the beer kits.
Okay.
Back in the day, did that. It was
like a Bed Bath & Beyond beer kit or something?
Yeah, one of those.
Okay.
Yeah, I grew out of that after the first batch.
Yeah.
And then I was doing the goo, what they call it. It's just the extract, and I was doing that. And then Karen and I were out in Vegas, and I got the Royal Flush on one of the Videotrop poker machines.
Okay.
So I took the coin and bought an all-grain system from Beer, More Beer.
Really?
It was the second one ever made.
And what year was this? This was like in the mid-90s?
This was when I got that, mid-90s. I would guess 94, 95. Yeah. And just had such a good time brewing. I'd get off work as a teacher on Friday and brew all night through. All night through. In
your garage?
In my garage.
That's right. You started a garage. Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. And then your buddies come by, they love your beer, or your cousins say, I love your beer. What's Mary gonna say, right? I don't like your beer.
True. But it was really good
she's very
beer.
polite. So yeah.
After a few, I don't know how polite it was.
Yeah. But so what I decided to do was enter an amateur competition. And I told my buddies and my cousins that if I win an award in every state in the union, I'll go pro and open my own brewery. I missed it by Oregon. I only entered one competition in Oregon. But I got an award in every state in the union.
Really?
In the Beer Judge Certification Program.
Wow.
Yeah.
How long? So how do you even apply to those? I know you did the Del Mar Fair here in San Diego.
Yeah. Did tons of Del Mar fairs. Yeah, those were fun. I judged it. I entered it and everything like that.
And so do you focus on, you learned, did you teach it to yourself or you read manuals or I don't even know how you do it?
Yeah. I'm a voracious
YouTube
reader.
Then.
Yeah, there was no YouTube then, just a voracious reader. I forget, there were a few home brewing books out and things like that, but the science was fascinating with the different yeasts and malts and hops, and nowadays there's so many different hops and stuff like that. Back then, you had to be real meticulous about what you were trying to make and how you're doing it. I had like 15 taps on my garage, and then you came over some of our Memorial Day parties.
Yes, had those.
There were a few score of people there drinking the beer, because I had to go through it.
Right.
So I could keep making it.
Well, and you had to have people taste test before you entered these competitions.
Right.
So you traveled around all the states entering your beer.
Didn't. You send them off.
Okay.
Out to them and things like that. Certainly.
Do you have the little awards like hanging down?
I have them all.
Oh.
Yeah, I have them all.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
right.
Some neat medals, some cool trophies. And the big one was always the San Diego Fair.
Yes.
Because that generally had the most entries of anywhere. So you win an award there, that's pretty epic.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, so at that point, you're like, I've won all these awards.
Right.
I need to go pro. I need to follow up with my word.
Yeah,
so
I did.
How'd you do that?
I rented a place off of Oceanic in Oceanside, the heart right by Alcor Zone, and small dinky place, 1,700 square feet. And it was bedlam. People were coming in.
And at that time, you were still teaching.
Yes,
full
I
time.
was.
So you were a history teacher, or what?
No, I was math and woodshop.
Math and
woodshop for
woodshop,
7
okay.
years, and then math after that.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're teaching full time, then you're brewing at night, and you're running this business, and
Right.
open just on weekends?
I was just open Friday, Saturday.
Okay.
Because I'd get off work, Carlsbad would end at like 2:30 or 3, then I'd bust over to get open by 4. And
Okay.
then the people would come in, and then Saturdays, and we had pretty limited hours. I think we were 4 to 9 or something, not too many.
Right.
And at 9 o'clock, people would leave, and then we'd start brewing well into Sunday afternoon.
And did you have helpers?
Yeah,
to brew
yeah,
with you?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, tons of them. Clay Plummer, Bad Back Bob, all the guys would come by and help out. Clay's I think he's a colonel now in the Marine Corps.
Huh.
He'd always say, nobody drinks for free, so everybody's got to come and help out and clean.
Nice. I like it.
He was good over that, a good delegator.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, and so what year was this? Because I still think you were on the cusp of when the microbrew business took off, because San Diego became a hub for microbreweries.
Yes.
But I think you were early in on that, right?
I started brewing in 05, did our soft opening, I think it was 420. That's JB's birthday.
Okay.
I'm giving
My
a
uncle's
plug.
birthday.
Yeah, I'm giving a plug for JB in case
My
he
uncle
watches this.
JB. Oh, love him so much.
Yeah, so we did the soft opening, and it was killer. And then on Memorial Day weekend was our grand opening in 2006.
Memorial Day weekend,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So it went nuts and crazy, and I just kept brewing. Then finally, I went halftime at teaching. So
Okay.
I'd have every other day off,
Yep.
and I could spend every other day at the brewery. And then finally, 2009, I left because there wasn't enough time in the day.
And it was
for both.
lucrative enough for you
Right.
to do that.
Yeah. And right in 2009, we were financing the building I'm in on 1800 Orway.
Okay.
So in 2010, Karen and I, my wife, we bought the building we're in.
Okay, great.
So yeah, and that helped out during this pandemic thing,
Sure.
owning the building.
Wow.
Yeah,
I was going to
yeah.
get to,
Yeah.
what happened when
I know, I
pandemic.
superseded you on that.
skipped
I
ahead to COVID.
apologize. I apologize.
Well, that's a big thing, but I do want to just talk about that jump from saying, okay, I think I need to quit this other job, quit the
Right.
day job, and make this
Yeah.
a full-time, which started in my garage as a little
Right.
passion, drinking a
Yeah.
little drinks,
Yeah.
to let's do this full-time. And the lines are out the door. People love your beer
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
have a good time there.
It's strange. I think it was about 38 at the time. I can't do the math that quick in my head, even though I was a math teacher. There's a time in your life you hit that point, hey, I want to do something on my own and not work for the man.
Yeah.
Although I love teaching. I still would go back to it. I love it.
Yeah.
But you hit that point in your life that, yeah, okay, I'm getting older. I kind of want to do something on my own.
Yeah.
Make something and do something.
Right.
And
Yeah.
it's a fun gig to do that.
Right.
Although arduous, but still fun.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
it comes up on the show a lot of people that are entrepreneurs and business owners when
Yeah.
they find that thing that
Yeah.
they love, and it's not work. It's your passion. I mean, of course, you're working hard. You're working
Right,
hard hours,
yeah,
and
yeah.
especially as a business owner, you're putting in crazy hours.
Oh, yeah.
And stress and gray hairs.
Yeah, I have a few, especially in the beard, right?
Especially in the beard, but it's worth it because it's your it's your gig, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
then-
it's like the Peace Corps. It's the toughest job you'll ever love.
Oh, I've never heard that phrase. Were you ever in the Peace Corps?
No,
But
but
you were at Disneyland.
yeah, I
That's
did
where
work.
you and my
That's where I
cousin-
met. Yeah, that's where we met on the Autopia cars.
Autopia cars.
Yeah.
I love that. I used to get discounted entry into Disneyland because Karen
right.
worked there.
All right. Yeah.
And that's
yeah.
where you two fell madly in love.
Madly in love.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to the brewery. So you make this your full-time job,
Yep.
and
Yep.
and things are going great.
Yep.
And then pandemic hits.
Pandemic has.
Or do we have
quite a
something
bit.
in there that I
Well,
missed?
that's when I moved to the place that I bought. We were
Yeah.
in a 1,700 square foot place. Then I bought the place at 6,000 square feet. So
Okay.
then we were able to really increase our production
Okay.
at that point, increase the size of the tasting room, then have the outdoor patio area that we have.
Oh, yeah.
At the old place, the alcohol beverage control kind of frowned upon people going out back.
Okay. Right.
So that's why I had to start
Those
looking for a
damn
place.
ABC people get in the way.
Oh no, I love them.
Yes, we do. We love them.
We love them.
They're looking out for the best interest of everybody.
Yeah.
And you would have taco trucks come?
Taco
Because you
trucks.
couldn't serve your own food, or did you even not want to do
No,
it
because I don't have a health permit. We're regulated by the alcohol beverage control.
got it.
So I don't want to have to go get a health permit, grease traps and everything like that. So the food trucks are acceptable. We used to do our chili cook-offs. You probably went through, we did our wing cook-offs and things like that. So as long as people are doing their own thing, as long as I'm not the one doing any cooking,
then you're
that's
good.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
And you guys got into bottling your beer as well, right?
Yeah,
so you were
tons.
shipping stuff off to Japan and...
We shipped a container, a 20-foot container over to Japan. So, and then, we Instagram. Well, I didn't because I'm old and I don't do social media that well. So we're posting that, Facebook and everything like that. And I'm sitting at the bar. And some Chinaman comes up, sits next to me.
Okay, and I'm going to pause right there because we got to take a break.
All right. Is it a hard break?
It's a hard break. We got another segment with you because I want to hear what this guy said and hear about your brewing and the show, The Mentor, you were on. So much to talk about with Mark right after this. Stick around.
So there I go. Oh, can't make a wife out of a go. Oh, I'll never find.
You are watching America Trends, and I am Mary Burt-Godwin here with my cousin Mark, who owns a brewery right up the road, Oceanside Ale Works. He's the owner and master brewer, I would call it, Mark Purciel. And we stopped right in the middle of this great story. So you were sitting at a bar?
Yeah, well, I'm sitting at the brewery, at the bar, and after we distributed to Japan, this man from China comes out and just nudges me and says, "Do you know there's more people in China?" And then, of course, I go, "Duh."
Yeah.
And he says, "I distribute to China." Yeah, I go, "All right." And
my ears are open.
Yeah. About a month later, he bought me out. He took two 40-foot containers, shipped them up to Long Beach, and shipped them all to China. What didn't make some of my local distributors too happy that I was out for a while, but I tooled back up and got up to speed.
Nice.
And distributing overseas is really neat because the TTB, Tax and Treasury Bureau, makes them pay COD.
Okay.
Because they don't want you shipping overseas and say, "Well, I didn't make the money from them."
Yeah, right.
You got to pay the tax on it.
Okay, yeah.
So they make it. So I said, "Bar out." We even have, there's a Facebook page, Dude, Where's My Beer?
Okay.
Because that's the dude that we shipped.
That's the beer.
Yeah.
Called Dude.
Yeah.
So let's show a picture of that.
Yeah,
This
do you have
is
one?
the best one. I think we have a picture of your Dude beer.
All right.
So I want to hear the story. There's your face, your mug on this.
And,
but this is one of the most popular beers is Dude, double IPA.
Yeah.
You don't mess around.
No. And this in 2013 won the gold medal of the San Diego International Beer Competition as the best double IPA. And winning a double IPA in the San Diego International is like winning the downhill in the Swiss Alps.
Really?
You think San Diego is the hop-laden county.
Yes.
So you win on a double IPA in the biggest hop county in the country. That's quite a nomenclature.
Quite an award you got there.
Yeah,
quite an accolade.
Yeah.
Well, and there was, I don't know where we're at in the beer world as far as IPAs, but there was a time when it was all anybody could drink. It was the thing.
Yeah, which, now that I'm open now after a pandemic, I make my San Luis Rey Red and the American Strong. Those are not hop-centric at all.
Okay.
They're very malty.
What's your lightest beer?
Buccaneer Blonde is the lightest.
Okay.
But what's neat, like my mom and my wife, they like the San Luis Red because it's very malty beer, very low in hops. And I tell everybody that comes in, certainly, San Diego's pretty laden with hops, but I like other alternatives because sometimes people don't like the hops.
Right.
And they would like the more malty beer.
Yeah.
So my theory is...
you've got to have choices for everyone out there.
My theory is when they come into my brewery, you're not going to like all my beer. You'll fall in love with one. So I have everything from our sours, our barrel-aged, I'm going to do a seltzer. Yeah, some people frown upon that. But
are you going to do one? That's the newest trend.
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Like I say, having up beers, the strong, the red, and then I got this DLF session. That's only 3.8%.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, DLF, delicate little flower.
That's mine. That's such a delicate little flower. All of us Burts in our family are delicate little flowers.
But I dry hopped it with flower petals. So it's very floral and peach blossoms.
Okay.
And it's funny.
I don't drink anymore, people, but you can just drink it for me. My cousins will tell me what it tastes like.
One time there was this little girl comes in, this big yoked dude.
Little girl, not under 21 years old, though.
No, little.
Petite.
Not young.
Got it, petite. Okay.
And, I tell the bartender, those two want the DLF and the Tennessee whiskey bourbon strong ale that I have. And I said, don't embarrass yourself. The DLF's for the dude.
Nice.
And it happens that way.
That's great.
And it's nice because you have a 3.8, then you're not worried about getting too loaded at 3.8%.
God, that brings up the questions of, as a brewery owner, you have to take responsibility for if people are getting too loaded at your venue.
Yeah.
How do you manage that with people driving home or,
We have a term called virgins.
Okay.
So somebody comes in, like an American Strong Ale is 9.2 to 9.4%.
Dang.
It's a pretty strong
Okay.
beer.
Yeah.
It doesn't taste like it. So somebody comes in
Sneaks
that's
up on
new.
you.
We'll say, hey, we got a virgin in here. I know that may not be politically correct, but it's a signal to the bartenders they haven't had it before.
Yeah, so watch out.
Watch them.
Yes.
Have one, tell them, hey, before you have the other one in the next 5 minutes, have a water.
Smart.
Have a soda or something,
Yeah.
or do a DLF.
Yeah.
Relax a little bit.
Yeah.
Let it get into the corpus callosum, and then, you understand.
Yeah.
And the regulars, they understand it. There's people come in and they'll just have two over an hour, and they're fine.
And they can Uber home or take a cab or whatever. Thank God for Uber.
Oh, yeah. We have on all our chalkboards in the bathrooms, the Uber discount and things like that.
That's smart.
Or Lyft,
So you were bottling and sending out shipping containers, and then COVID hit.
Right.
So you're not doing beer. So people who are not in San Diego cannot get your beer at this moment.
Right.
They will be able to.
Yeah. I'm looking at spring distributing. I already have my bottler. I'm looking at buying a canner. We used to use a mobile canner where they'd come in and do 10 pallets or something like that.
Okay.
But it's a better return on investment if I buy the canner and do it myself. Then I can do
That's
it
usually
over
the
my own
story with
leisure.
everything.
Just
put the investment in and then do it yourself.
Yeah, because
right?
I'd have the guy come out and have 10 pallets, and then I'd have to go to the jury. Hey, you got to pick it up. You got to pick it up because I'm limited on real estate. But if I have my own canner, then I can do a pallet here and there and call them up and say, I got a pallet ready for you. Go and pick it up.
So do you think, I'm going to segue to anyone out there who might be listening and be like, I want to get into the brewery business. I mean, do you think it's too saturated right now? Or do you think, would you say go for it if you have
I'd say go for it. Absolutely not. It's not saturated.
Okay.
You used to drink wine back in the day.
I did drink myself
they
some
had
wine. Yes, I did.
Paris Wine Accord where Napa Valley wines were killing the French wines and things like that. And they said by 82, the wine market would be saturated. What are we at, 2021 now? It's not saturated with wineries. You got Paso, Temecula, Napa, Healdsburg. It's not saturated.
Because everybody's got a different flavor they
Exactly.
like or whatever,
Exactly.
their own palate.
Yeah. Taste buds are like fingerprints. Everybody's got them and they're all different.
Nice.
Okay, yeah. And I think in today's brewing world, with all the breweries I've been to recently, everybody's making great stuff.
Yeah.
Because there's so much more of, yeast available, malts available, hops available. Everybody's doing a great job at making beer. Certainly be saturated if we're all making crap.
Right.
But everybody makes such good beer, and there's so much differentiation in the beer between the sours, seltzers, strong ales, barrel-aged beers.
I don't even know all the different.
Yeah, there's thousands of different hops.
How many do you have on tap right now?
12.
Wow.
Yeah. And since the pandemic, since you brought up the pandemic, that was difficult because I didn't know when we'd be allowed to open.
Oh, God. I'm so glad you're back. So you had to just shove it in your garage and hope that you
because I have the building, I had all the equipment, but I couldn't brew because I didn't know when to open. And since I don't use preservatives or anything like that, and beer's a perishable product, there was nothing I could do. I had to wait till they
opened. Have you come back and bring some beer so all the crew can drink it, because I won't drink it. I'll watch you. Thank you for coming in, cousin.
All right,
everyone at home, stick around.